You're listening to Off the Stage with your hosts, James Berry and Conor Michael, where we take musicians off the stage and into the pub to talk about the ins and outs of the music world.
Well, hello, and we are back, but I think this is going to be what you'd call a special episode.
I suppose so.
Because we have no guests.
Woo!
There's just me and Conor. We were supposed to have Kieran on, but he fell sick. So it's just me and you.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we were meant to have Kieran on. It's like time travel, isn't it? Because to us, should be on next week.
Yeah.
However, this episode could also be aired the week after. So he might have been on the week before.
Yeah, who knows?
We haven't quite planned that far ahead.
Yeah, we'll kind of make it up as we go along, to be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, we thought it'd be cool, kind of give you guys a mini get to know the actual hosts, because you've kind of plugged into a podcast when don't know who these two are. Why should we be listening to them? So
makes sense.
Yeah, we should have started with this, but I think we were in a rush to get Scott in at some point.
Well, he's going to America soon, wasn't he? So
yeah. So yeah, how did you get into music as such? What was your kind of gateway?
Honestly, I can't remember that far back. It's, I remember the first guitar I ever got. I've still got it. It's upstairs in my mum's loft.
I got mine.
Oh no, it might even be in my loft now. I think I got it back. But I got it from Argos for like 30 quid. I just like learned little tiny things in primary school because I had like a guitar teacher program. I can't remember why I wanted to do it, but just like it was just something else to do. I'm sure it was because it was like you could get out of a certain class or something like that. So I was like, go on, I'll give that a go. And then I stopped for ages. Well, I say ages. It felt ages in young and speak. It was probably about like 2 or 3 years. And then there was a guitar group going in year 8 or year 9. And had Gary Dunn, who's also called Gary Fun. He was a bassist from the Toy Dolls, which I didn't realise when he was first teaching, but he was a cool little teacher.
Yeah.
And he taught us for years, and just like in like a guitar group. And it just kind of it spun from there. Then when you get to college, you start really properly getting into music. Then you start wanting to learn all the songs. And then the first band I really got, the first act I got into was Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
The only reason I got into that, I'm telling me bloody life story here, aren't I? The only reason I got into that is I played a bit of guitar for my Uncle Michael, and my Uncle Michael was like, "Oh, you sound a little bit like Bob Dylan." I was like, who the hell's that?
Go take a listen.
So I took a listen, and the rest is history.
Or the present.
At the present, yeah, I'm still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That was, must have been playing for about, I don't even know now, more than 20 years. And it doesn't show because I'm obviously not. If you'd say I've been playing, if you've seen us play guitar, and I've told you I've been playing for 20 years, you wouldn't believe us. You'd be like, nah.
I'd believe you.
I'm a slow learner.
Yeah.
How about you? What's
It was quite the opposite with the fast learner. My 21st birthday, my mate Kieran bought us a guitar. And I was like, yeah, my New Year's resolution is to learn guitar, and I didn't. And then Ed Sheeran brought out his third album, Divide, and Castle Hill came out, and I was really wanting to try to play it. I was kind of addicted to the album, so I just kind of knuckled down, and I just used like YouTube and apps and stuff, and eventually I learned a few songs. 18 was the first song I played.
Yeah,
I learned. Cool. But then I did the likes of Castle on the Hill. Shape of You took a while because I couldn't get bar chords. I also don't play A chords correct. I don't know if you've ever seen me play live.
I've seen you, yeah. It's like,
it's like some kind of like weird mushed up thing. Can't do it, but
I've tried, just because of you, I've tried playing A chords like that.
It's so weird, but it helps when I got like A7s and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Move around.
This thing, if you've learned just from yourself, you're always going to pick up
your own technique.
Habits. Yeah, your own technique. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone looks crazy when I depth. They go, "What the hell are you playing? It's an A chord. That's not an A chord. Well, I can't do your A chord." But yeah, I did that for like 6 months, and then I had no idea what open mic nights were. And then my mate was like, "Oh, there's an open mic night near mine. If you want to come check it out." So, okay. Went down one week to check it out, see what it was like, and then the week after, I came with a guitar and went, "Right, let's do this." And I ballsed everything up. Horrible. I did Castle on the Hill. Wasn't sounding great. And then I went to a key change in the chorus.
Yeah.
And then I changed my mind in the end. So I went, "I'm on my way." And I'd stopped. But the host, that was hosting. It was encouraging to sing along, so it kept us going. And I went back every week, and then eventually I got told to go to the Scotsman, and I did that for a few weeks until Scott came back from his like season of weddings, because he was in the Red Wings and they were always pretty much booked out from May to November or something. And then I've kind of leached off Scott from there onwards, and then say 5 years later we're on a music podcast.
It's you should never underestimate like the power and influence of a buskers night, especially a good buskers night. Yeah. That's like, I mean, I talked about my, like how I was just like slowly learning guitar and stuff like that, but I really came to prominence. It would have been I must have been like 18 when I was going to like uni and stuff like that. It was a Tuesday night, open mic night. Well, there was 3 of them. Funny enough, Scott was actually hosting one of them as well. Yeah.
He hosts every open mic night, doesn't he? He's in America now, but he's probably still hosting something over here.
He'd be hosting something over there.
Flying back and forth.
No doubt. But I just used to religiously do every single Tuesday, and just we had a competition where we had to kind of we weren't allowed to play the same song twice. Yeah. And we weren't allowed words or anything like that. And the first person who couldn't do it lost. I lost, obviously, because I'm horrible with lyrics. Like, thank God for modern technology, But
I hate relying on them phone holders, because I feel like I'm cheating. Like I'm reading the lyrics. So somebody's paying to watch you play live, and I'm doing like a guitar version of karaoke. But it's like the best time to learn.
That's it. Yeah, that's the only. It's the best, because you playing. It's totally different playing from you in your room than actually going out and busking and actually doing to an audience, because you never know how you're gonna react the first time you screw up a song. Yeah, it's like that brings the men from the boys. Whether you stop playing completely, or you just laugh about it, or you just pretend that it's jazz and you just keep on playing. That's
I do the last two constantly. My issue is snapping strings. Christ.
Yeah, honestly, I've never seen anyone snap so many strings.
I think I'm the only musician that snaps the low A string about 3 times a week. I think Scott says he's played for 20 years. He's never snapped an E string. He snapped it once the first time. I was like, I've got a spare. Yeah. Running low on them though, because like I'm restringing my 6th one now as we speak. Yeah.
I managed to snap a bass A string once. Ooh. That was a tough one.
There's loads of like non-musician people listening, going, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
Just thick strings, thick pieces of metal that you break with your own fingers.
Plastic.
Yeah, bits of plastic.
Yeah. Crazy. But no, just before we started, you said you were looking at changing names from Torn Apart Valleys. Well, not changing, but kind of like getting a second project, as you were.
Yeah. So, I started obviously as James Berry. That's when you're looking coming on like 10 years ago now, starting to write my own songs and stuff like that. That name got taken by some DJ guy on Spotify. I think there was a way of like asking Spotify to kind of get your name back, but I haven't learned how to do that yet. But I'm planning on doing that. Because my original thing, I've made a thing called Torn Apart by Lisa, which is basically my little pseudonym for my original stuff. Yeah. Because the other thing I wanted to do, I thought would be a smart idea, was to separate my cover material with my originals material. But to be honest, it's such hard work.
Such a faff.
It's trying to like do the two, and I was like my original thing for Torn Apart by Lisa was supposed to be like a band, a full on like pop punky band. It was just I made it like early on 2019, and obviously the pandemic hit, so I never really had that chance to really get anything going. So eventually, and I thought, well, maybe I can just do some pop punky acoustic stuff. And then eventually I started writing more folky stuff, and I was like, oh, well, I don't have the James Berry anymore. I've only got, so the Torn Apart by Lisa just became the James Berry. But now I'm kind of thinking, well, I want to revamp my James Berry stuff, and I still want to keep the Torn Apart by Lisa, but I don't want it to be folk stuff. I want it to be proper full-on rock.
So you'd be 2 different artists with 2 different genres?
Pretty much, yeah. That's basically, that's what I kind of wanted to go into this punky genre anyway, but I didn't realise how many like folk acoustic songs I'd be writing, and I was like, wow, this is a bloody good song, this, but it's like doesn't sound like Torn Apart by Lisa. So I'm like, well, so I'm looking. It'll be towards the end of this year, coming on next year. I'm gonna do one really awesome album with Torn Apart by Lisa. Stay tuned for that. It's called. I've got the name of it. I've got it written. It just needs to be like really recorded. It's gonna be called Game of Memes in Nerd Dreams, and it's gonna be fucking mint. And that's gonna be the alma mater of Torn Apart by Lisa. Then after that, I'm gonna really concentrate on the James Berry side of things, because like you can kind of advertise your original stuff while if you keep it focused on one thing, it's just so much easier. Honestly, I've got like 7 different bloody pages that I'm constantly trying to post. It's never ending.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I've been told if you want to do the originals, you have to make Conor Michael either an originals or a covers artist.
Yeah.
And I do the originals, but obviously the covers is our version of the 9 to 5. But no offense to venues, but you might have noticed I've just stopped advertising cover gigs.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's my next gig, and people are like, oh, but you're playing with us next week. So, yeah, but this is my next originals gig.
Yeah.
And I just turn up for it, because there's a lot of venues that are like, oh, you're meant to bring the audience. Go, no, cover artists don't bring the audience. Cover artists is there to entertain your crowd. We'll play requests. We'll do what they want. They're happy. Original artists will bring the audience. That way, then they'll do ticket gigs and stuff. Yeah. And so it's too many venues who are like, well, do you think you can bring a crowd? My job.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
My job's to entertain your crowd.
It's honestly like I mean, no offense to a lot of promoters, but nowadays promoting, especially with venues, it's like I'll make a page, I'll make an event on Facebook, and I'll share it, and then that's the promotion. That's it. You've got you rely on everyone else to do the promote. I mean, obviously you're gonna promote your own gig anyway, but it's like you shouldn't really call yourself a promoter if that's all you're doing.
Yeah. Like some venues I do quite a lot, like Filthy's in the Points.
Oh yeah.
But I get a lot of gigs from them. So like in return, I'm like, look, this is where I'm going to be at. And it's a different bar than just a regular pub gig though. So you've played both of them, and it's like a nightclub with a crowd that love live music. Whereas most of the time you'll get like a pub where they're enjoying it, but I've had a couple of people like, can you just turn it down because we're having a conversation?
Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday night.
Yeah,
have a Jaeger bomb, dance on the floor. But yeah, so I've kind of, like yourself, not going with the whole 2 sides of it. I'm just going to do the originals, and I'm slowly starting to sneak originals in my cover gigs, just bit by bit.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to just sneak them in, because I say, like, it's a Saturday night. I mean, obviously people want to hear the songs that they like, and then the familiar ones. But if you sneak the odd one in there, if they're like you, if they're going to be like, you're going to say, oh, do you want to hear an original? So they're going to be like, ah. Yeah. Unless they go, nah, fuck off.
I've had a few of them where I'm finished and they go, oh, it's a shame you don't do your own stuff. So I do loads of my own stuff. Yeah. I've got an album, 2 EPs, several singles, and like 100 unrecorded songs. Why didn't you play any of them tonight? You never asked. You want a George Ezra, it's the
expectation. It's like it's the expectation, isn't it? But sometimes people don't know what they want. You know?
It's always Oasis though.
Yeah, it is always Oasis. Don't know what they want, but it is Oasis.
Yeah, it's like every gig I get, it's play Wonderwall's the joke, and then someone will go, well, how about Champagne Supernova?
Yeah.
Well, but Don't Look Back in Anger, and I get to the point where I'm like, if you request another Oasis song, I'm not going to play it. I will play an Oasis song when you stop requesting an Oasis song. I like to.
That's it. That said, last gig we did, someone unironically asked for Wonderwall. I felt really bad because I ended up playing Boulevard of Broken Dreams. It's the same chord structure. But
my mate Kieran did that once as well. He was to get everybody hyped up, and I walk alone. And
yeah. Well, you shouldn't ask for Wonderwall.
Exactly.
Speaking of that gig, there's a bit of an anecdote here. I went to pay for the parking. I got there about 5:30, so I was like, well, the gig was like 6 till 8, so I was thinking 5:30, like I can probably pay for like 3 hours. I think I could probably get away with that, finished by 8:30. It's like £4.50. It's like really expensive. I was like, fuck, so whatever, I'm getting paid to do the gig. Yeah. That's just what you got to do. So went on the website, paid the £3.50, and was like, okay, you've got half an hour left of you. I was like, what? I paid for 3 hours, not half an hour. I was thinking, oh, what the hell's going on here? Anyway, I looked at the sign, and it finishes at 6 o'clock. It stops charging after 6. So I've just paid £4.50
For half an hour.
for half an hour. I've never paid so much. I've never been so furious in all my... Well, I have been more furious in all my... That's a little exaggerating, but I was just like, damn it.
I turned up a little bit later, like maybe 5 to 10 to-ish or something. We're on stage at 6, but I like to turn up fashionably late. That was literally because it was that weird one where it wasn't Ringo, it wasn't pay by phone or something. It was like something new.
Yeah, you had to go on the website.
And I was trying to get the website, and as I was doing all that stuff, a message popped through going, "Don't pay for parking. Finishes at 6." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So that came in handy. I feel like I owe you $2.25 just so that we're both paid for parking.
I was so good, but hey, I did only have water in that venue, so like I did save a little bit of money there. So
Yeah,
swings and roundabouts.
mint. Sweet. We can call that part 1, and then we'll see what viewers have sent me through for part 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, we'll be back shortly.
Hope you're enjoying the podcast. Just to let you guys know, I have my next single coming out August the 19th. I'm pushing for a pre-sale of CDs because we're gunning for a physical chart spot. I didn't rehearse this. We have to redo the advert because it was on the last pod that it was $2.49 due to VAT and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. It's now $2.99 per CD. So if you can spend that extra 50 pence, please do keep buying them. It would be great to finally get that little award in here, pink and blue.
And we'll celebrate by drinking lots of beer and putting the award just there.
Yeah, I don't like that hand movement there. Vess.
I know. I don't know why I did that, to be honest. God, I just ruined the advert.
Back to the pod.
Yeah, welcome back to part 2.
Yeah,
We've got
this is usually the part where we kind of ask the guests a bunch of questions.
yeah.
And what we normally do, we put them on Instagram, tweet us, email us whenever you've got a question. Would you rather? Just general chit chat. It's fine. Obviously, we were meant to have Kieran Bow on today, and we have all them questions lined up, which we'll ask them next time. So last minute, we've then asked a bunch of people some questions, and we've got a few would you rather's popped up. So we thought we'll do them together. Yeah. You guys comment below or whatever you do. Let us know what your answers would be. Yeah, let's get started.
Yeah, why not?
Would you rather smell of body odour for an entire year or have really bad acne for just 6 months?
Right, I'm going to go for the acne because I literally had really bad body odour before I came here.
Yeah.
And I thought I had a little, because we were supposed to meet at 6 o'clock, but we changed it to 6:30, and I was rushing from work straight here. And I could, usually, you know, other people can smell you first, but I could smell myself really badly. And I was like, this is awful. So I had to go home and have like a gypsy wash, you know. So I couldn't stand that for like half an hour in the car. So there's no way I'd stand that for a whole year. So
Book up more tables in between.
yeah, I'll definitely pick the acne. No problem at all.
Yeah, I think I said the same thing. Yeah. Like, I could do acne. It's just a spot, but the body odor is a bit of a put off.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned last time or something like when you're farting on stage and stuff. That's one thing, but to constantly have that kind of smell out.
Yeah.
Going, and I sweat a lot when I'm gigging, but I don't stink a lot when I'm gigging. I'm just wet with sweat.
Yeah.
But I do have a can of like body spray in the car and just in the glove box just for when I'm finished it.
Yeah, it's honestly it's one of those like it's one of those things that you should always have with you, especially as a musician or any kind of like active person.
Yeah.
It's something you don't think about, but it's honestly
it's a necessity.
Especially if you're meeting people afterwards.
Yeah. Absolutely. Plus acne, you get spot spots. That's like a
really
relaxing thing, isn't it? Like,
that's it. It's quite therapeutic in a way, and it's body odor gives us such like. I'm always like self-conscious.
Yeah.
I'm not too fussed with my looks, but my smell is just like it's
I'm the same. Like brush teeth. If I feel my teeth are fuzzy, I'll avoid talking as much as I can because I need to get some sort of chewing gum. Again, chewing gum in the car. Like I try to keep as cleanly as.
It's the way to do it.
As smellable possible.
It's mints for me. So
yeah,
I like good mint.
I jump between the two.
Specifically
good.
Mint.
Yeah. Well, would you rather drink a glass of vomit, like a pint, just the one time, or burp every time someone says your name?
Right. Well, the glass of vomit's just kind of like... I mean, it depends. Is someone going to film us drinking a glass of vomit? That's going to be the other...
I don't know.
Because...
Say yes and no.
Because burping when someone says your name all the time is like, that's forever, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Vomits once. That was my narrow down. I thought I'd do the vomit because, like, how many times next on stage, Conor Michael. Oh, sorry, we're always mic'd up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's true. Actually, so you just
couldn't.
And that I'd be like, so this next one's called "Sit Down" by James.
Yeah.
So the problem with the vomit, though, I'd probably end up vomiting back into the glass every time I start drinking it. So it'd be like more
free
than
refills, isn't it? You got a Toby Carvery one of them.
That's awful. Yeah, I'm picking the vomit.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So far, we've agreed on 2-on-2.
Yeah,
normally,
no,
there's some. I suppose there's normally a third person to disagree.
Yeah, that's it. It's unfortunately, it's quite empty around here.
Yeah. Anyone who's watching this, you'll notice that the tables have turned. The scenery's set slightly different. We rent the pub. I say rent the pub. We turn up at the pub, which is the Ship Isis in Sunderland. Very, very lovely. Would recommend turning up. And we just use the room upstairs. In this time, it looks like they've had someone on over the weekend. There's a mic stand. It looks set up like people have been in here. Yeah. But the arrangements changed. So we spent the first 10-20 minutes just figuring out how to actually set this up. Yeah. We were going to sit side by side and we thought, can I have a conversation like that?
No, you can't. But this is a good angle, though, because we can kind of look at the camera and...
I think it's worked.
Yeah, I think it's new setup in future. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Well, final one and we'll get to the final part.
Yeah. Well.
Would you rather have fluorescent pubic hair? Or extra long pubic hair?
I'm thinking fluorescent would be like glow in the dark. Is that?
That could be.
Could be, yeah.
You can get like fluorescent pink that doesn't glow in the dark, but it's bright.
Well, yeah, no, I think I'd still go fluorescent, to be honest. Because I don't know. I just think, like, imagine just like being in your undies and just like it kind of over. It's just it's not very
proper 80s vibe.
Yeah. And I mean, you never know. Like, if you've constantly got it, then like in the future it could be like a fashion accessory.
Someone's got to set trends.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
you could be the trendsetter.
Off the stage trends.
Yeah.
This week we're trying.
Yeah.
Last time we were fighting swans. Now we're trying.
Yeah.
Bleach dyed pubic hairs. I'm the same. But it's the same as the. It's the same as the first. Would you rather? Like it's a hygiene thing. Like I couldn't. Yeah. You got to have at least some sort of trim.
Yeah.
The extra long, you'd be like, I don't want to trip over it.
No, that's because I mean, how long's extra long? Just like
it's long enough that when you shake and you're finished, it'll be there. It's a cleanly kind of thing.
Yeah.
You get used to it at some point. Like, sure, my missus would be like, "What the fuck's that?" at first, and then after a year or two, be like, "It's just Connor."
Yeah,
his bright blue pubes.
Yeah. See you from a mile away, just like.
Well, I hope not. You got to have your pants on at some point.
It's like a dirty Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like.
Bad Santa.
Oh, that's good. That was good. That was a 3 out of bloody 3. That's.
Yeah, we don't normally agree.
No, we don't. No.
Yeah.
But well, I guess again, it was more the hygiene thing, wasn't it?
The hygiene thing played a big part in that. There was another one. Oh, top of my head, it was something along the lines of: would you rather be semitone out of tune or a beat out of time?
Oh God, now that is a good question.
I said I'd rather be out of tune slightly, simply because when I do my live gigs, I do the loop pedal stuff, and that would really fuck everything up. I couldn't be out of time.
Yeah, I think because beats everything. I mean, I know obviously tuning and tones thing, but beat is what makes the music. Yeah, I think I'd probably
We going for
I mean,
4 on 4.
there's a lot of the time I'm out of tune anyway, so I don't think it will make much difference. No, I'm a big fan of like. There's nothing like if you're ever playing bass and you've got a really good drummer behind you, getting into the pocket.
Yeah.
Which is just like it's not quite like for those who like the term the pocket. It's basically you playing the bass. The bass usually you play to the drum beat. The purpose of a bass is to give the drums a note.
Yeah.
When you're playing in the pocket of that, which is just kind of like it's almost sitting back like a millisecond, just the tiniest bit, and it just feels so groovy.
Yeah.
And you can keep that going. You can just be on one note if you really want to, but it just sounds cool as hell. I don't think I could live with myself if I couldn't kind of like
Get that in beat.
get into that pocket. So yeah, I'm picking the beat.
4 on 4.
Yeah, 4 out of 4. Damn right.
Mint. Well, we'll call that part 2 and we'll jump to part 3.
Excellent.
See you there.
Is that one? It is. Well, thanks for listening so far. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. If you could follow us and leave a lovely review, that would mean the absolute world to us. We're wanting to get as much views as possible, obviously.
Reviews aren't much, just a 5-star. Click. I know you can do that, but I don't know what you can do on Amazon.
I'm not cheap. Probably just leave a.
If you can leave a review, leave a review.
Just leave a review. Just give a good word. The bigger we get, the more fun it'll be.
Yeah. Make sure you find us on the social medias. That's Off the Stage UK on everything. Twitter is Off the Stage 2. And obviously interact with us. Send us messages. Let us know who you want on the pod. Let us know how we're doing so far. Answer the would you rather yourself. Tell us we're good. Tell us you're bad. Whatever. We'll get back to the pod.
Yeah, let's get back to the show. Yes, welcome back to part 3. We thought we'd use this time, usually obviously part 3 we'll talk about our guests' new releases coming up and stuff. I've got no new releases coming up, as I was just mentioned in the first part.
Yeah.
I haven't even got a
Haven't got a name yet.
Yeah. So I guess we'll be talking. This will be the Conor special, talking about your new release.
I suppose. It's weird that I haven't released anything in a while. So I think
Yeah.
last year it was every month there was Runaway. I started with Missing Bot Piece, then Runaway came out, then Missing at Night, and then He Loves You, and then the album, and it was then the Scott song. It just took up.
Yeah,
And I've been really quiet since like last September.
you've been writing loads of songs though. Like I've noticed but it's that thing that's like because your last album had like how much songs did your last album have?
14.
14 songs, which is just insane. And you were releasing little bits of that. I mean, I did the videos for half of them.
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
Well, the ones that were recorded. Yeah. Well, I'd went into lockdown with 10 songs maybe, and I've got a 10-song album, that'll do me. And I came out of lockdown with an additional 8. Well, I just make a 14-song album, and I took like a bunch out and stuff. And
yeah.
Then I was gonna release the second, so you know what I normally do. I've got an album ready to release. I'll have the second album ready. And I did. The second album was ready to go, and the first album was called I Don't Hold Grudges, I Write Songs. The second album was going to be Conor Michael, Always in the Wrong, Never Incorrect. I was really proud of that one. But then I spoke with like a management team that says, look, instead of doing an album, because we use Rich's studio, and it was fantastic. It's great. When they've got me in like Blast Studios now.
Yeah, I mean
it's like
the Abbey Road of the North in it. That's exactly
it's like Sam Fender and Sting record there and stuff, and it's like, so instead of doing a full album there, because the amount of songs I put in an album, I'd need a bank loan.
Yeah, I know.
Single by single, and the next one coming out on the 19th of August is a song called Home, which you've heard for the last year and a bit, because I've been playing it since before the last album came out.
Yeah, well, you've shown us the actual the song itself.
Yeah,
and you can tell. I mean,
you can hear
the difference. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's got much more of like a poppy electronic.
Yeah, like
it's not electronic,
somehow
but it's like
it's scored the right timing, because it's got that little 80s vibe in it.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Out of nowhere, the 80s came big this summer, so it might slowly slip into the playlist at the right time.
Yeah.
It's the fingers crossed moment.
But the production value on it is unreal.
Yeah. I'm back there in a couple of days to do my next single.
Oh,
I'm
nice
looking
one.
forward to that.
What's that one called?
All or Nothing.
All or Nothing.
And it's normally like, no, it's normal acoustic guitar, chill. I did have it recorded with Rich's, and it was all piano based. I can't play piano.
No,
So
it was all Rich.
so I thought,
Rich to do that.
yeah, let's do the guitar, so at least I can play it live, how it sounds. Excuse me. But the best thing about this one, and even though I'm saying this for the first time, we're going to record an advert, which will be played for the last few episodes or something, advertising it. The single is going to challenge for an official UK chart position.
Ooh.
I know, right? But obviously, I'm not going to be able to stream like a million straight away because I'm not competing with Ed Sheeran. That's not happening.
No.
Like I think A-Team that he released 10 years ago is still going to have more streams.
Yeah, that's
by the time this one comes out. But nobody buys physical singles anymore. So the challenge is making the physical singles, selling them out, and then if I can sell around the 400 mark, I've got a 90-95% chance of getting an official UK number one. The only thing that stops that happening is if Ed Sheeran or Sam Fender says, "Oh, here's a limited edition single signed," and then I'd be like, "Oh, fuck off."
Well, hopefully,
let the little guy have something for once, you know.
Hopefully, we're not big enough yet for them to be watching this, for them to get the idea.
And if they are, feel free to come in on the show, show us your new songs.
Yeah, yes, that's it.
I'll accept defeat if we can get them on the couch.
That's so only
So yeah, hopefully, if that's the case, I should end up being able to bring in a proper pink and blue UK official number one award. That's the dream.
Cool. Just post it
Advertise
there.
But to do that, I need to hit a certain amount of sales. So I will be advertising like hell up until the 19th of August is when it comes out. So 25th is the last day I have to sell as many CDs as I can. And as we speak, I'm pushing the pre-sale. I'm getting people like, just buy 10. Buy everyone in your household one.
I'll be buying 10.
Yes, so will I.
Yeah.
It's it's like £2.50 for a CD, but it's going to have the song and then one of the live versions that we recorded. I'm sure it was Any Volume. So that's one I've selected.
Yeah.
We did Surf Cafe as well, but there was a lot of talking in the background, so I kind of went for the quieter.
Yeah,
background
well,
noise
that was it was supposed to be recorded properly, but some things went wrong. We're not going into too much
sound
detail.
tech issues.
Yeah, that's what I usually have.
Yeah, so yeah, looking forward to this one because I don't normally do upbeat stuff. I've got like 3 upbeat songs. Yeah, if you can count Runaway as an upbeat song.
Yeah, this one's really, really catchy. I remember I'm sure the first time I heard this song, actually, I'm sure it was in it's the little pub in the it's in Tynemouth.
It would have been
the Blind Pig. The Blind Pig.
It's now the Archers.
Is that what it is now? The Archers.
Archers was upstairs, and now they moved it down to where the Blind Pig was.
Oh right.
But yeah, because I did that for like my birthday last year. We did the whole release, like just gigging for a birthday kind of thing. This could be the track from there. I don't know which one it is, but we recorded that as well. So nice. I've got like 3 tracks to pick, and I just picked the one that had the least background noise and sent it through. I'm not entirely sure which one, but it's a live version, which sadly to anyone who listens and gets bored very easily is about a minute of me drumming on the guitar first. Yeah. Because I do the whole build loop pedal thing, and then the song comes into it. But it's quite interesting how it builds up. Like even when I'm still playing it live now, I'm still enjoying the harmony on the guitar riff and like how everything sounds like it's glowing up.
It works really well because it slowly builds, but then once you've got, because your loop pedals, like you've got I can't remember, it's the Boss one or something in it. So you got like
300. So it's a 3.
So you got three pedals. So it's kind of you build them up in separate tracks, and then when the chorus hits, you play them all at once, and it has that like really push to it.
Yeah. So
I was like, I don't remember doing a music video for this one. Like not realizing that you hadn't even recorded it yet.
No, not yet. That would have been July last year. So we just released Runaway, I think, a couple of days beforehand. I came out 23rd.
I like the live version of that one as well.
Yeah,
that sounds different when you play it live. It's got a bit more of a
beat. I don't know what the guitar riff is. I'm not gonna lie. Rich played the guitar riff on Runaway. It was mint, and I played something similar, but not quite the guitar riff. Just made it up.
That's
one gig. So, it's weird because it's not. Obviously, this track isn't all guitar. It's synthy and it's bassy. but I like the idea that the live tracks are going to sound different, but
Yeah.
still as good.
It still works, yeah.
So
That's what you want, though. You want like
Yeah.
a really nicely like produced single that's of top industry standard.
yeah,
And then when you play it live, you're not losing any of it.
yeah, you want to give the audience a reason to say, I really
Yeah.
like that song. I'll go see them live. Why do you want to see them live? You can put it on Spotify, because that's not how it's going to sound, but it's going to sound as good,
Yeah,
kind of thing. And it's like
was the
extra selling point.
that was the problem I felt with like a lot of the Torn Apart by Lisa, because I've written a lot of the songs specifically designed for a full band to play.
Yeah.
And then when I was getting and trying to play them live, like in my head I could see how it was supposed to be sounding, but then when I was listening to it back, it was like, well, there's something missing there, because
Yeah.
it's specifically missing, because I had to have everything in it to make it work. So yeah, it's I'm just moping because I've never found a band.
Well, yet.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
still
that's
time.
true. There's always time.
Absolutely.
That's good. I guess you're gonna do a live version here as well.
Yeah, I'll do an acoustic. I've left the loop pedal in the car. I
That's what you
figured
do.
we'll just do
Yeah.
an acoustic. It's going to be weird acoustic, so I'll pre-warn you guys, because it's like a summer anthem. It's a regular dance song, kind of like it's
Yeah.
built to have that oomph behind it.
Yeah.
Lyrically, not the best song in the world. Hold my hands up to that. But
No, honestly,
it's just a catchy.
It's the simplicity.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you can. I mean, it wouldn't work if you made it like really kind of like with sophisticated, meaningful lyrics,
Yeah.
because it's a dance song, you know.
Yeah. But the next one I'm recording is very sophisticated,
Yeah, exactly.
lyrical, and that's why it's going to be a slower down track.
You get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Buy both.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get two UK number ones by Christmas. That's the plan. Oh, we need to make a Christmas single. I've got an idea in my head. Know where it's going. I don't know what copyrights are going to be involved, but I've got a good idea for it.
I did have an idea for a Christmas song. Should I share it?
Should we share our Christmas ideas?
Well, the Christmas idea I had, it's not properly written yet, but it's called Santa's Little Sweatshop.
Nice.
It's about the elves like going down the diamond mines.
My idea was definitely much more different than that.
Yeah.
My idea is World Cup's on this year in the winter.
Oh Christ!
If you combine the songs "Driving Home for Christmas" and Three Lions, and you say it's coming home for
It's
Christmas.
coming home for Christmas. Oh my God!
There's a Christmas UK number one right there. if
That
we
is
win.
it. That's it. It's coming home for Christmas. Can't
So-
wait to see the faces. I don't know.
We'll make lyrics up.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
If we can get around the copyright ideas, we could do it off the stage records.
Yeah.
Coming home for Christmas.
No, that's much better than my idea.
We'll do yours next year.
I'll do it.
Yeah, but we can work on this.
Yeah. It's coming home. Oh my God! Yes, that is. This is brilliant.
Yeah. Then we'll call that a pod.
Yeah,
I'll
I've-
jump
I've-
on stage and
I've really enjoyed it actually. Like it's,
not been
I
bad, just
wasn't
us two.
sure what to expect without having, but I guess we've got things to talk about. So
yeah.
well,
this
you've
is
got
true.
a new single coming out and stuff. So it's
I always have stuff going on.
well, yeah, it's more than me anyway.
Yet you'll be us next year.
Yeah, I'll hopefully.
Once you
Things-
get your feet on the ground, you get your Torn Apart by Lisa band and your name back.
Yeah, that's it.
I get consumed on projects. I've got obviously the cover gigs, the original gigs, the singles, now podcast, the challenge for the UK charts. I've got a band I'm trying to start off as well.
Yeah,
I say start off, we've started off, but we're still building up. At one point I want to do an Ed Sheeran tribute act. Very tempted,
it'd be good.
but there's a lot of them around.
I can imagine it's being
Yeah.
quite popular.
But yeah, I'll go tune a guitar, make sure I don't snap a string.
Right, spot on. Right, well, yes, we've been off the stage, and
And we'll see you next Tuesday.
yeah, take care. See you later.
I finally see what I'm heading at. I'm driving all around like a maniac. I got directions in my eyes, now I'm seeing straight. There's no slowing down, no, I won't be late. I'm going home and I'm going home tonight. It's been too long in the back of my mind. going home and I'm going home tonight. It's been too long in the back of my mind. Some things you love are forever and you cannot change. Just need to watch as they grow and you appreciate. Away from where you're going, who you're going with. And every journey that you take is a major risk. I'm going home and I'm going home tonight. It's been too long in the back of my mind. I'm going home and I'm going home tonight. It's been too long in the back of my mind. I'm going home and I'm going home tonight. It's been too long in the back of my mind. I'm going home and I'm going home tonight. It's been too long in the back of my mind. I'm going home and I'm going home tonight. It's been too long in the back of my mind. I'm going home and I'm going home tonight. It's been too long in the back of my mind. Cheers.
Now get yourself off.
Yes, boss.